Hi, welcome back to the video on the exit ticket problems for 4.1 and 4.2. This is question 12. So in question 12, in your exit ticket, it looks, this is what the question looks like, and they're asking you to figure out which one of these is your precipitate. So when you're asked to find the precipitate, what you want to do is, the precipitate will be a product. You're going to make it. So you're going to go on the product side and find the precipitate. Now to figure out which one of these is your precipitate, what you're going to do is you're going to use this handy dandy chart right here, which is your solubility table. So I'm not going to do it exactly for this reaction. I'm going to give you an example of how we can figure out which one is a precipitate. So as I said, for question 12, you're going to focus on the product side, you're going to focus on these, and you're going to figure out which one of these is a precipitate. Now your precipitate is going to be a solid. It's going to be insoluble, so meaning it does not dissolve. And so it's going to be a solid. So how do you figure out whether or not it is a solid? This table has a list of ions. The vertical column is your cations. The horizontal column is your anions. So let's say, for example, the thing you were looking at was aluminum phosphate. So AlPO4. That's aluminum phosphate. Okay? That's aluminum, and that's the polyatomic ion phosphate. If I want to know if this is a precipitate or not, I go to my chart, and I'll zoom that in there, and I'll find aluminum. All right, let me make that, increase the focus there. There we go. All right, so here's aluminum, and then I scroll over until I find phosphate, which is right here. So aluminum and phosphate intersect here, and I see S. S stands for solid. So if it's a solid, then I know that this would be a precipitate. All right. Let's say the one you're going to do instead of aluminum phosphate, let's say the one you were looking at was aluminum sulfate. So that would be Al2SO4 3. This is aluminum sulfate. Oops, sorry. Aluminum sulfate. Okay. So to figure that out, again, I go to the chart, find aluminum, boom, 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 there goes aluminum. Find sulfate, here it is. I see aluminum, here we go. That's sulfate. I see AQ. AQ means aqueous, means it's dissolved in water. So in this case, this is not a precipitate. So the precipitates will be a solid, and then if it's not a precipitate for your product, it will be aqueous. And you use this chart to figure that out. All right, so that's it for this video. In the next video, we'll go over questions 13 and 14.